Hi y'all, good morning from Ohio. I am on a road trip today. Me and you, we fish in a tournament here tomorrow on Hoover Reservoir. So I've come up a day early to kind of poke around a little bit and try to come up with a plan for us to try to do well in the tournament tomorrow. So you can see out here right now, man, it is foggy and it is windy. And the conditions right now are setting up in such a way that I actually won the tournament here last year. The wind right now is blowing directly in on this point behind me. And I've got the graph on. We're 18 feet deep here, and you can kind of see that point, hopefully, how it comes out there on the contours. And right there's some stuff along the bottom. But last year I was up here, and I'd spent all day long dragging, because this is one big, I'm on the upper part of the reservoir, and it's basically just kind of one big mud basin out here, like a shallow flat. And I'd been dragging and catching some fish, not doing great, and I finally got so sick of the wind in the afternoon, I said, heck with it. You know, I'm just gonna spend the final hour of the tournament spotlight, cast some baits out on this point, because the wind had been blowing on it all day. Ended up catching two big fish, won the tournament. So I don't know if the wind is going to be up tomorrow or not. It's not, the forecast isn't calling for it, but the forecast isn't calling for the wind to be blowing like this today either. So we're going to start here this morning, throw some baits out, see if we get anything here. If we do catch something, I'll probably just reel up and leave this spot and not stick a bunch of fish here, you know, and then we'll get out here and drag a little bit. But first thing anyway, I want to throw some baits out and see what's going on. So I'm getting our baits ready here. We're going to use a variety of stuff, none of which I actually wanted to use. I won the tournament last year using white bass, but I wasn't able to get any. So what we're going to be doing is using some gizzard shad, some bluegill, and I've also got some skipjack in the cooler there too. Skipjack is a legal bait in the state of Ohio. However, skipjack are not a native species to this body of water. And when I'm fishing somewhere, I like to try to use things that are naturally present in the body of water. Not to say that you won't catch something on skipjack, and we're certainly going to try them tomorrow, but I feel like things that they're naturally eating are going to do better for you. So we're going to start out with a gizzard shad head on one rod and a bluegill body section on another. I'm going to start out with two rods here, and then we'll rotate the bluegill head and the gizzard shad body section in. But I'm just going to take this, and this is a Carolina rig. I've got a 4-ounce egg sinker swivel, 80-pound monofilament line, 10-aught size circle hook, and of course the bait there on my signature series Golly Whopper rod from Catfish Sumo. And I'm just going to toss these out here behind me, just right up on this point, because the wind blowing this direction, it blows there long enough, it kind of moves the shad, the bait fish's food up there, bringing in the shad and bait fish, which then brings in the predator fish. So if you can fish a place that the wind's been blowing in on it for a good while, especially multiple days, you can oftentimes find fish stacked up. I've had some really good bites throughout history of me fishing in situations like that. So hopefully it's setting up like that again for the tournament. And like I said last year, man, we got the W doing that. So let's just throw this one back out there too. That one's the same exact rig, rod and reel combo, everything. Just different section of bait, different cut of bait. So yeah, I'm gonna sit here, I'm gonna give it some time. Probably sit here an hour or so just to see what's going on. Maybe about after 30, 45 minutes, we'll rotate the baits and switch out our cuts. But those of you that have fished with me in these tournaments before, you know I am not opposed to spending all 8 hours on one spot. If I think I can get the 3 bites I need there, I'll put in all day on one spot. It won't bother me at all. So we'll see how this shakes out and kind of go from there. I've got some other rods with me with dragging rigs tied on, and we probably will drag a little bit today just to see what's happening. But I think pretty much everybody in the tournament's going to be dragging. So in fishing and in life, when everybody zigs, I like to zag. It typically works well for me. So if we can get on an anchor bite, I'm all about it. So I've been sitting here on this point almost an hour now, haven't even had a peck at our baits. And while I've been sitting here, you can probably notice the wind has completely died. It is completely shut down. So that was the main reason I was wanting to anchor here first thing, was because the wind was blowing in on this point. So the fact the wind stopped and we're not getting bit, I'm gonna get us on the move. We're gonna start dragging. I'm gonna switch our baits out, and we're just gonna take off up the reservoir here, just kind of roaming around. Like I said, it's one big kind of mud basin, if you will. There's nothing really remarkable about anything particular out here. So I'm just gonna take off. We'll change our baits, we'll vary our speed, see if we can dial something in with that, but it's pretty much just gonna be trying to create a scent trail and put our baits in front of some fish. Oh, there we go, there we go, there we go. First fish of the day. Is he still on there? Yeah, he's on there, he's coming right at us. Just got on the move here. You can see that point behind me over there. So we haven't gone far. I got our speed going about half a mile an hour. There we go. Finally caught back up with him. He was coming at us, man. I can't remember what cut of bait this is. I got 2 baits dragging. And I also put one under a balloon here. This was a tactic that worked for me a couple years ago up here for fish that were up in the water column. This one right here, man, he feels pretty good. We sat there on that point almost an hour. I gave it, never had the first peck. We've been moving a couple hundred yards. Already got hit. Let's see, we ought to be seeing him here any second now. He's pulled us backwards in here in a line. We're gonna have a dang tangle with that balloon rig line. There we go. All right. Let's see what we got here for fish number 1. That's a good one, man. That's a good one. I can't remember what bait. I think it was a piece of shad. Body section of shad, I think. I'm gonna play him out here a second. He is wound, buddy. Boy, he's gonna take back off now. Y'all get control of your fish here, would you? Tell him we need to get him landed and get another bait out. We're still on the move here. Got our other 2 baits running though, as we deal with this one, who still ain't done, man. This is a nice fish. He may have to get some front camera time missing right here. He's still staying down, buddy. Boy, if they all fight like this, we're in for a good time with whatever we catch. I like this. Yeah, that's a good one, buddy. Nice, solid fun sizer right there. If we can get 3 fish tomorrow, his size or bigger, we'll be in contention. We got some stuff to do tomorrow. Obviously we gotta try to win. That's goal number 1. Goal number 2 is at least, even if we can't win, get a high finish. Right now I'm leading the Angler of the Year points race, and a good finish tomorrow would go a long way with securing that. All right, let's get hold of this thing now. Hopefully he's about done. I say hopefully. He's been a strong fish. This has been a very good fight. He threw that bait off, but I think it was a body section of the gizzard shad. There we go, man. Nice fish. Let's get the front camera mount set up. All right, man. Fish number 1. Nice blue cat right there. I'll tell you folks, we find us 3 like this tomorrow, we're going to be in contention. But we need 3 of them. All right, buddy, let's send you packing. Oh, there he goes. All right, y'all, fist pump worthy fish for fish number 1. Well, I guess I'll put another chunk of gizzard shad. I've got the head, I know I've got the head under the balloon, and a piece of bluegill. I can't remember if I did the head or a chunk on the other rods. I'm pretty sure that was gizzard shad. Either way, we're gonna go with another gizzard shad body section over here on the left rod. Let's get us another shad cut up here. All of these gizzards I got are probably, I don't know, 6 to 8 inch range. They're not huge, but also not really small. So we're just gonna take a midsection here. And let me show you the rigs here too. I don't think I've done that. I showed you the Carolina rigs this morning when we were anchor fishing, but this is an inline dragging sinker. Of course, 40-pound main line here. This goes down to a section of 80-pound monofilament leader. I can get hold of it here. We've got a float and rattle system, and then of course a 10-aught size hook with the bait on there. I'm just gonna toss it back there a little bit, and we'll let out our line as we move along. And I'm gonna put out probably, I don't know, 50 yards of line. It's not an exact science, but just get it back there behind us a little bit. Same deal with this one. And then of course the one on the balloon, wherever my balloon's at, you can probably see it back there. That bait is just a few feet, maybe 3 or 4 feet actually, under that balloon as we're pulling our way along here. So we're kind of covering the upper part of the water column and then the bottom part of the water column, which right now we're only 15 feet deep. This is a pretty shallow section of the reservoir here, all of this out through here. So we're going to be anywhere from probably 10 to 20 feet today depth the whole time we're out here. I think we got another one. Oh boy, it's been a long time, y'all. Yeah, he's on there. For video purposes, I know it's been a few seconds, but in reality, I've been on the water about 3 hours now. You know, we anchored there, or spot lock, same difference, for about an hour, and then I've been dragging now for about 2. Got that one fish as soon as I started dragging, but since then, man, I've just had some taps. I've mixed up my speeds. This one here, the first one hit at about a half a mile an hour. This one hit at about a half a mile an hour. I had bumped up to like 0.7, 0.8, and I was getting bit, but it was like short strikes. He's right up here beside. Look at him go. Look at him go. He is right here under us. But I was getting more bites about 0.7, 0.8 miles an hour, but they wasn't hooking up. And I slowed down, 0.3-ish, no taps, no nothing. So I bumped it back up to 0.5, because that's where we were getting action and at least the one solid hookup. This one's gonna be another solid fish here, he feels like. There's our sinker. I still ain't got to look at the fish though. Yeah, another good one. This one ate I switched out my baits a little while ago. This one ate a bluegill head. So we got one on a piece of shad and one on a piece of bluegill so far. All right, man. That's a little bit smaller than the first one, but still, I'm happy to get him. Gives me a little hope. Come here, kitty. Get over here. No. Boy, he's wound up too, man. Get up here. Act like somebody. You danged old Ohio catfish don't know how to act. Got to have indoor behavior up in here. Yeah, I might give him a little front camera time. There he is. Skinnier fun sizer, if you will. I was going to let you have the floor fish. He was talking right away till I shut up, and then he shut up. Man, nice to get bit though. Nice to get bit again. You know, when you see a fish, when you pre-fish and getting ready for a tournament, really what I want to do is kind of rule out a few things, rule out some spots. If I'm dragging like I'm doing now, I want to dial in a speed. I want to dial in a type of bait or cut of bait. And coming up here, I really wanted white bass. That's what I won the tournament with last year. Just wasn't able to catch any. Been catching them for the last month easily. Couldn't get any for this tournament. But we got bluegill, gizzard shad, and skipjack. And I'm going to save skipjack. It's very bloody, very oily, but like I mentioned earlier, not native to this body of water. But I want to save those until tournament day tomorrow because I don't have very many. So I'm at least a little bit encouraged now that even though we've only got 2 fish, got them both at a half a mile an hour, and I've got them on one on the gizzard shad and one on the bluegill. So maybe the type and cut of bait's not going to make a huge bit of difference. It's just going to be kind of just getting it in front of them. But it was interesting that I was getting bit at the faster speeds, 0.7, 0.8-ish, but they wasn't hooking up. It was like either short strikes or just small fish pecking. But I back off a little bit and I'm getting the solid bites. Going under half a mile an hour, just been nothing. But, you know, it is what it is. We've got plenty of time left here today to poke around some more and try to figure some things out. But only 2 fish this far, man. We're going to need to do better than what we've done tomorrow if we're going to have a chance at cashing or winning or anything. Well, that fish should eat the bluegill head. I'm going to take a chunk of it here that I had left after I had cut the last one. We're going to throw it out there. There we go. Start letting out some line. I'm going to let out 30 yards, 50 yards or so, give or take. I'm just going to keep going. I'm not following any specific path or contours. I'll try to show you here on the graph. I mean, it's basically just a big flat. There's just not a lot out here. You know, normally if I'm fishing a river or back home, I'm fishing Tennessee River, I like to get on the ledges and work the contours. But out here, it's just kind of wide open, just one big flat, one big basin, if you will. So fish could be literally anywhere out here, just kind of following the bait. And I've seen a lot of bait, and the bait I have seen, it's been mostly toward the bottom of the water column out here. So that's encouraging that the bait is down. And of course, I've had a bait under the balloon since even when I was anchor fishing, I'd thrown one out under the balloon, and I ain't got nothing going on it yet. So it seems like the fish that are here are relating to the bottom. That one's pulling. That one's taking some line. Oh, he's really taking some line. Okay, y'all. It's been another long break between fish. I went all the way down past the launch here and turned, and now I've been heading back up the other way. This one is another one on the bluegill. He was pulling some line there at the start. Now he's coming right at us. He's still swimming at us, buddy. I guess he thinks he's just going to swim up here and go right by us. I don't know. Goodness gracious, man. Been sitting out here just twiddling thumbs, though, man. It has been a slow morning thus far. I ain't gaining a lot of confidence for the tournament tomorrow, but I mean, the tournament's going to score our 3 longest fish, 3 blues, flatheads, channels, whatever. I think it's only blues and flatheads in here to my knowledge. I've only ever caught blues in here the last couple years when I've come up for the other tournaments. But I mean, if we only get 3 bites tomorrow, so be it, as long as they're good. And this one right here is going to be a good one. I think this one's going to be the biggest fish of the morning thus far. I think tomorrow I'm just going to do what we're doing right now, just get out here and just get on the move and go. I was actually moving. We're moving 0.9 right now. I had bumped up my speed. I was going to try to get it around a mile an hour and see what would happen. That's a good one, yeah. That's probably, we'll see when we get him up here. He's probably comparable size to the first one this morning. Good fish though, very good fish. All right, come here, kitty. When we get hold of him, reach down there and grab him for me, would you? Come on up in here. Yeah, that's another solid fish, man. Very good quality. All right, y'all, there he is. Try to turn into the sun a little bit so we can get a decent picture. I'd say he's comparable size to the very first one this morning. But yeah, good quality fish. We get 3 like this tomorrow, we're at least going to be in contention. Probably going to need some bigger ones to win, 1 or 2 bigger ones to win, or to have a chance at winning, I should say. But yeah, 3 fish limit tomorrow. We've got 3 out here today, so we can repeat it. Oh, Lord, I thought he was going to splash us there. All right, y'all, again, a long wait between fish. The sun has burned the fog off now. We're around lunchtime now, so just been grinding. Out here just absolutely grinding it out, but you know what? That's what we're gonna have to do tomorrow on tournament day too. Just put in, we got 8 hours tomorrow, and we're just gonna hit it and go. Cutting us up another bluegill here. We'll do a body section on the other rod there. I think that's, pretty sure I had the body section on when that one hit. These bites, we're going so long between bites, I can't always remember what cut of bait I had on. All right, here goes the next bluegill body section out. Throw it out there. Of course, I got my line wrapped around my rod tip. There we go. Now it's on the move. And away we go. Like I said, we're gonna try about mile an hour-ish now, just go way faster than I normally like to go and see what that'll do. I keep mixing things up, y'all, because I mean, I feel like what I've been doing out here all morning isn't really working well. Yeah, we'd had a couple fish at a 1/2 mile an hour. I'd had some bites, but not solid hookups at about 0.7, but I'm not getting any confidence really in anything, but that fish there hit moving pretty fast. So if nothing else, the faster you go, the more water you can cover, the more likely you are to at least put your bait in front of some fish. So if you can get them to hit it at the faster speed and you can get it in front of more of them, then great. Some days they want it either not moving at all or moving super slow. So just kind of day by day basis, and it may be different tomorrow. We could come out here tomorrow and the bite just be on fire. But today, so far, it hasn't been on fire at all. There ain't even been no flame, no smoke, anything out here this morning. But I can't really say that because the fish we've got, I mean, the 3 we've got have all 3 been decent quality fish. All right, folks, I think I'm getting ready to wrap it up here. I'm gonna go grab some lunch, and then we've got our pre-tournament board check meetup and all that this afternoon. I guess tomorrow morning, me and you will get out here and give it the old college try. I'm not feeling super confident after what we've done out here this morning, but we at least did get some fish today, and if we can grind out some bites of similar quality tomorrow, hopefully we'll at least be in contention. So either way, we up here, we're gonna make the most of it. So I'll see y'all in the morning.